Hello everyone, hope you're doing great. So, in today's article, this article that we are going to study, this article is about the rubber crops and how the rubber plantation in Kerala are failing because of uh, a slide in the prices of rubber. Now, why this article is important? This article is important for various reasons. First of all, on our economy section, in agriculture section, and third would be our geography section as well, because Kerala is known for rubber plantations. Fourth, this article is important both for pre and for mains, because it gives us a overall nature of a problem and a solution as well that the government is working on. It's a very local problem, hence there's a more chances that it could be asked, being a very trivial problem in nature. Let's understand this article. It's a very basic, relatively easy article, telling you in Hindi, rubber ke prices have crashed. The natural rubber called NR has now gone below 150 rupees per kg, और जो latex के prices हैं that are now below 120 rupees per kg. These both of these instruments was very high in rate when the pandemic hit because of rubber gloves, right? But now there's a decrease in the prices, a very heavy decrease in prices, because of which farmers have to face the burden of the crops, um, reflect in their daily lives. Local economy has been affected. The growers are up in arms against the government. Why are the growers doing this? Because the government is doing a delay in checking the slide of prices, right? The National Consortium of Regional Federations of Rubber Producer Societies in India, a very, very big name, but again, National Consortium of Regional Federations of Rubber Producer Societies in India, right? It's an umbrella organization for rubber growers basically. Sit in protest was done in Kottayam, Kerala, but we have to understand why is it happening. The why lies in this. First of all, there's a weak Chinese demand. Why is there a weak Chinese demand? Is because of, one is of high inflation. Second, there's also an European energy crisis that is being happening. So the import glut is also present. Glut is a sort of a stoppage for some time. China used to consume about 42% of the global volume of rubber, has cost the industry dearly because it has stopped now, right? And the imports have accelerated in India. According to them, why is this happening is because in COVID, as you imagine, there were not many auto sales that were taking place, right? So tires जो कार में लगते हैं, TYRES, they are the major use of rubber, they were not being used. So the auto manufacturers have an intensive, we should say, ample inventory, right? Intensive inventory उनके पास काफ़ी है in the form of block rubber from Ivory Coast and compounded rubber from Far East. Ivory Coast से हमें मिलता है block rubber और compounded rubber हमें मिलता है Far East से. India, where does India stand? India is the world's fifth largest producer of natural rubber and is also second biggest consumer of material globally. 40% of total natural rubber consumption is currently met through imports. 40% is met through imports, right? Rubber Board has projected the natural rubber production and consumption in India during 2022 to 23 as 8.5 lakh tons, right? And consumption, ये production है, consumption almost 13 lakh tons की है. This is the natural, this is the Rubber Board of India, right? Then they're saying the production of material improved by 8.4%. So the production improved by 8.4% from 7 to 775,000 tons during 21-22 compared to 7.15 lakh tons in the previous year. Tappable area tapped during the year contributed to the rise in production. So the production has increased, but consumption has not increased at par with the production, and this is the problem. Demand side, the domestic consumption rose by 13% to 12.38 lakh ton from 11 lakh ton in the previous year, right? Consumption improved. The auto tire manufacturing sector accounted for 73%. 73% rubber went into natural rubber went into the auto tire manufacturing industry. Import of the material meanwhile increased from 5.4 lakh tons to 5.4 lakh tons from 4 lakh tons. Now, painful reckoning contributing to widespread panic in Kerala accounts to nearly 75%. Kerala has nearly 75% of total production of natural rubber in India. This is a very important thing to understand and know. Please make a note of it, right? The precipitous plunge in prices coupled with high cost have also left them staring at an uncertain future, forcing them to stop production for a time being. What the farmers will do in this situation is this, right? They're solely dependent in rural areas. It is mainly problematic because they're solely dependent on rubber cultivation, and they don't have any other option but to cut expenses, and that too in a festive season. So hence it is a very precarious situations for the small farmers in Kerala. They this can switch a trigger this can switch a trigger in which they will switch from rubber crops to a different crops like coffee or something that grows locally in Kerala, which is much more profitable, right? Even a fragmentation of the rubber holdings in the long run. What is the demand of farmers? The farmers are demanding the union government to increase tariff and import duties on latex products by 25% or rupees 30 per kg of imported latex or rubber. And they want the state governments to increase the subsidy and support price of the crop under the price stabilization scheme 2 rupees 200 from 170 170 से 200 रुपये प्राइस करना चाहते हैं मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस फॉर रबर, राइट? New dimension in the central Travancore districts, a political landscape. So again, this is politics. This is not useful right now, but a very very important word that can be used is a rubber is now becoming a political crop in the hands of politicians in Kerala. A very interesting and a very good line that you can be used in the exam and in your answer writing. Sanguine means the conclusion in the conclusion part, the author says that the rubber board professes to be relatively sanguine, means positive, bullish on the market. As regards to price fluctuations, they call it's a cyclical nature of price fluctuations that is happening, and they rest their hopes on projections of a remarkable shortage of rubber. This is something alien to me, and if you understand what is this, then please do write in the comment section. The author writes that the rubber board is projecting a shortage of rubber 7 years from now, right, due to slow replanting in place of old trees in existing plantations. So I fail to understand what is happening in this case. How can they project a shortage of rubber 7 years from now? Maybe this is because the age of trees is this much that in 7 years the trees would be old, that they cannot produce rubber. Maybe this is something, but again, if you know something more about this, do write in the comment section below, and we'll be more than happy to understand this in greater detail and depth. The agency for the time being is said to also working on set of programs to arrest the free falling prices. So they are working on it. This is a solution. Again, some statistics very important. Kerala major 75% of the rubber is produced in Kerala. Rubber board National Consortium, where was this? National Consortium. India is the fifth largest producer of natural rubber, consumer, second biggest consumer of materials globally. National Consortium of Regional Federations of Rubber Producer Societies in India, umbrella organization, that organize the sit-in rubber board. The consumption increased, the production also increased, but the prices decreased due to imports, more imports happening. Where are the imports happening from? Rubber blocks are imported from Ivory Coast and compounded rubber from Far East. Why is shortage, why is consumption down? Because of one, China not importing that much rubber because of COVID. Second, Europe, there's a inflation going on in Europe, right? And there's an import glut that is happening. So this was it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you liked this article. If you liked it, do subscribe and share the channel and keep supporting us. Thank you everyone. Do write in the comment section below if you have any doubts regarding this or any feedback regarding this. We'll be more than happy to help you out. All the very best, and let's keep growing. Thank you everyone.